everyone, this is Mr. Sasa and I'm here today to do Tower of God chapter 269 review. This chapter is fairly simple. It has a lot of action in it, but from a story progression point of view, it's lacking. There's no story progression, and I think that Bam is going to do what I predicted. He's going to try to save everyone, including Joaquin's hostages. So to get a little bit in the chapter, Bam starts diving after Prince right at the $30 mark. So when the submarine hits $30, Bam spends $30 and he plunges after Prince. Now Joaquin doesn't do anything. He just stands there without anything. He's actually amazed that Bam waited for so long to go after Prince at the $30 mark. He was surprised about that, but otherwise everything seems to be okay. Bam displays an incredible speed. He manages to catch Prince and save him out of the submarine right before the submarine splashes into the substance, and Prince now is okay. Bam has spent $30 and they're going to round 2. Now the fact that makes me believe that Bam is going to save all the hostages, he's going to try to save all the hostages including Joaquin's hostages, is that Rachel says, yes, you have a lot more dollars than we do. We only have 22, you have 122 or something like that. But still, Bam is not like you. She's talking to Khun here. Bam is not like you. He's not a cold-hearted man, because Khun is cold-hearted. There's no doubt about it. But Bam isn't like that. So he's going to. This implies that he's going to try to save everyone, including if they are foes, former foes, because they're no longer fighting with them. So they are former foes. But still, Bam is going to try to save them. Then round 2 starts, and a prisoner from Joaquin's team, the fisherman from Joaquin's team, gets into the submarine and starts being lowered down. And Joaquin starts telling a story about how he was the ruler of 2 countries in the past, that he was a monarch. And what his story is basically saying is that once upon a time in the long distant past, there was a country in the outer tower, because you know how the tower is built. Anyway, I will not go into that. In the outer tower, there was a country who had a king that was so gluttonous, so full of himself, that he would hoard all the riches in the castle, and all the other people of the country starved to death. And basically what Joaquin did is cut this guy's throat because he had the power. And then the people regarded him as a savior. So he governed the country for a while. After that, he left his right-hand man in charge of the country. And the country was okay for a number of years, but he never took his eye off the country. Joaquin always stayed in the shadows and watched the country. And little by little, the ones he left in charge started to be corrupt, and over some time, it doesn't state how long, but over some time, the country became what it was at the beginning. The rich and powerful had everything, and the poor were basically starving to death. At that point, Joaquin went to the other side. He gathered the poor and the ones that didn't have any chance for survival in that country, in that kingdom, and he basically made another country, separate country from the one he first governed. Of course, many years have passed since he governed it, and people did not remember him. People did not, and he started to speak against himself, against his older self, and practically he created 2 countries, one of poor people, one of rich people, and he was controlling both, and they were killing each other for him because neither one recognized him. He was conducting one from the shadows and one from the light, and he was basically attacking and perpetuating war so that he could eat the spirits that were rich with hatred and fear, because hatred and fear makes a spirit taste better according to what he says. And billions died in those countries, and he ate their spirits. And if it wasn't for the Zahad princess, he would have killed all of them, the entire kingdom. He would have finished them off, billions. And quote unquote, then he would have become the most powerful guy in the tower. But he says that basically a monarch's job is to gather power and to grow more powerful, and people that are under the monarch are just there to propulsate him, to get him to the top. It doesn't matter if he steps on them. They're just a stepping stone, people under him, so he could get to the top. And of course, Bam is enraged by this, and he starts asking Joaquin to apologize, because even though he may think that way, that people are just stepping stones, without the stepping stones he will not get anywhere. So he should thank you, the stepping stones. And Bam is also correct. There is a panel where Bam's power seems to be equal with Joaquin's power. At least that's what I think, because he's very mad right now. Bam is very mad, and his board is starting to act up. And that's basically the chapter. So not much from a story progression, but we did learn about Joaquin's past and how he manipulated the entire kingdom, how he split an entire kingdom into half, and how he made half and half fight against each other, all so he can devour souls. So we already knew Joaquin's mindset, but now we get a deeper insight into it. And what will Bam do next? Because right now he's very mad. His bloodlust is through the roof. So I don't know. But that's basically the chapter. A very good chapter. I enjoyed it. So rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a nice day.
Any rational society would either kill me or put me to some use.